The third seed, Bryanna Cote, has elected to let Shannon O'Keefe start this match on the left lane. Bryanna was never any worse than 8th in qualifying, an average 227.9 to get here. Not a replay. That was the same thing she was doing in the first game when she defeated Dasha.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 3 seed from Tucson, Arizona, Bryanna Cote.
And through the nose and broke up a lot of traffic there, leaving her with just a single pin.
Bryanna's in the same part of the lane as Shannon is. I think Shannon moved in a little bit deeper inside in the left lane. Good first shot, though, coming in from the gate. The players, I believe, only get 6 shots of warm-up when they come to the TV pair. Remember, if I said if you can't strike, 9 is a good leave.
You know, that certainly helped O'Keefe in the first match. All right, clean start. Get that first frame out of the way, calm the nerves a bit.
Now she's got a lot of compact here with her knees. She's very low to the foul line. Notice her backswing is very level to the shoulder itself. Left arm is out to the side. Deep slide here. She stays behind the ball for a very long time. And I look for that window of opportunity when the foot stops and where the ball is in the swing as it's coming forward through the slot.
That's got to hurry, and it does.
The mixer was a big key for a lot of the women this week here. A 5-step approach. I think I said 4 earlier, but she does start with that left foot. 17-18 at the arrows. 10 zone right down there. You see the 6-pin shoves off to the side. Mixer strike was a big carry for the women this week.
That's got to hurry big time. And that one did not come back to the pocket. So an odd leave there for Shannon O'Keefe.
Yeah, I watched it when she slides to the foul, and you notice she almost like her hip almost pops forward, causing her back to come backwards. Watch, she gets very upright here, and it's almost like she leans backwards a little bit more. Fans it out at the bottom with the release, and you can see it needs to be over here, whereas extending almost towards the 10-pin zone. Doesn't quite get back.
We mentioned hip with Shannon. She's been fighting a left hip problem for a while now. She said there's no structural damage that she's happy about. And
so just lost the leverage at the foul line. It could have been the hip right there, Dave. Stays down much better in that shot.
And there's your result, 10 straight in the pin.
This is really solid execution. She's really tall here. 2, 3. Now watch her upper body go a little bit. Doesn't come down. It has that body angle right there, whereas before on the last shot, she really kind of brought her back backwards even more, almost like she was projecting her hips forward and just lost the leverage at the line.
And again, second time on this lane she's gone through the nose, and this one, unfortunately, is going to be costly.
18 at the arrows. She's getting even further right down the lane, so she's using more of the lane to kind of shape it throughout the spot. Picture a banana-type curve in your head where Shannon's pretty much throwing darts at the pocket.
Well, Bryanna used only 1 ball for the first ball. Obviously, the spare ball doesn't count, and had no plans on changing today. It would be a major event if she made a ball change
in the upcoming frames, but average 227. Very, very high scoring this week.
And that was 3rd place.
3rd, yes.
Yeah, that'll tell you what folks were up against here to make the show. Well, the left lane is okay. It's the right lane that's giving her some trouble in the first 4 frames.
As I listen in, she really liked the delivery of her hand. She's like, I threw that good. And when you throw the ball good and you have a reaction like that, you start questioning. It's not you, it's the lane and the ball. So there's a choice. Keep chasing it left, where Shannon is now about 20 at the arrows. key spots here, okay, for Shannon. She's going to be sliding at about 30. So her laydown point is going to be right around here at 22. When she releases the ball again, she's going to pass it, don't mind that mark there, she's going to pass it right about there at 20. The next key point is going to be the break point.
And, oh my, an unfortunate break there. It will look to be a shot just about as good as the last one for Shannon O'Keefe.
Yeah, real good shot by Shannon.
You'd expect strong execution on a spare like that. O'Keefe enjoying the advantage right now through 4.5. You got some friends and fans over there. I think a couple of her McHenry folk are over there. Her husband is here, of course.
Now, Bryanna liked the shot last time on the right lane. She has to keep chasing it left. She's got to get in the same part of the lane that Shannon's in.
Has not changed equipment. And again through the nose. That's 3 for 3 there. On that lane, the left lane's fine.
And she's moved each single time. Sliding 30, 31, 18.5, 19, 12, right at the break point here. Same section right here, right between those slots. Perfect alignment right there. But the ball's got that kick reaction. Almost like somebody was standing and just kicked it left to shoot at a strong angle towards the head pin.
Smothers that easily. You mentioned that 9 could be a good miss. She's only had one of those on that lane. That was in the first frame, and even that shot wasn't pretty. Since then, she had an open frame in third and then the 8 spare in the 5th. This lane, she's flushed it twice.
Yeah, now something's gonna have to occur. She's got to take a giant step left, but the ball has done the same 3 things every time she's moved, so that tells me it has to be a ball change. She needs something that's cleaner through the middle there that's going to push long and extend itself to that pocket.
Well, she owns that lane.
She likes the left.
Big smile, a little bit of relief. Got to try to keep some pressure on Shannon O'Keefe as we go to break. And the difference here in this match is this lane, because Shannon has bowled beautifully on this right-hand lane in this game. She's coming off of a strike, and she also had a spare, but she's at least had much more success on this than Bryanna has so far. And continues to have. That's a double on this lane. The pesky right lane for Shannon O'Keefe.
Yeah, it's very simple. Picture an exact diagonal line from the foul line to the release. I'm going to follow the ball as it goes down the path all the way down the lane. So that's an extension of it, and then the ball just tips up at the last moment. It's like you got a shotgun, you got a target, you're aiming for that target. At the last possible moment, the ball changes direction. Keep the angles tight, keep the speed up, keep it consistent.
Oh, wow. That's the second time in a row on that lane she's had a ringing 10. So she is absolutely attracted to the pocket right now.
And just grind it out and keep making great shots.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Because in the last year, Shannon told me today that she's read 35 books.
I believe it.
On mental toughness. So that's been in a year. We're May to May. Different authors, different ideas. Tim Grover, Michael Jordan's former trainer, wrote a couple of them. So she has really leaned on that. Physically, she's Shannon O'Keefe.
Well, her game physical is top notch. She executes every single time. It's that mental edge for herself as well as her team. Bryanna Cote makes a ball change on this right lane.
And instead of going through the nose, that time it slipped away right. But she did something she said it was only going to take a drastic moment of the match to do, and we have reached that point. But still, the execution, is it the execution of the ball? What is it?
Yeah, with a longer pattern. So what happens is that the angle got steeper. Okay, yes, it hit this area. It's a little bit wide, but it came from this direction rather than that direction. I know the X looks kind of funky on the monitor, but it really details everything that's happening. If you got too steep with the angles, the ball just stayed in that oil for so long it never had a chance to get back to the pocket.
Oh my.
Because of our oil ratios 3-to-1, 2-to-1, lanes are flatter, ball doesn't hold for a very long time, or because the pattern's so long, it doesn't have a chance to roll into the spare itself.
And she goes back to the ball that had gotten her into this position on the left lane. Again, we get to the final frames of a match with Shannon O'Keefe with a big lead. She had a big lead on Dasha Kovalova. And again, O'Keefe with a comfortable lead here of 33. And the big difference is Shannon has been clean. Kovalova had open frames, and now Bryanna Cote with an open frame. A couple of them. And you saw Danielle McEwen. You may have heard her just a couple of moments ago talking to Kelly and I, standing by. Even the misses are good misses.
Yeah. At this point, she just wants to stay in the match, control the 1-3 pocket, leave makeable spares, which is the 10-pin. And yeah, I could preach it to everyone out there. Everyone kind of has been in this position at one point or another. You leave the 10-pin, then you make a move, then you leave a 4-pin, then you swishy 7, and it's like, what happens? And it really just comes down to finding the right ball in your bag that's going to allow you to carry that string of strikes. You saw by the averages, the women did find it many times during the blocks of qualifying. Unfortunately, the ball is just going a little bit too long, not making that heavy roll into the pocket, and that's the result. Weaker ringing 10-pin.
And O'Keefe remaining either strike or 9, with one exception back in the second frame when she went 7 spare. So she's comfortable on this pair.
But the great thing is we're staying in the same building to bowl the TV finals as we did for qualifying. That's a huge asset to the ladies.
And Shannon O'Keefe is another giant step closer to another match, sticking around.
Watch the control. If you go back to match number 1, Shannon was rolling the ball over 18 at the arrows. Now look how much deeper she is. She's 2 to 3 boards further left. There's that shotgun towards a 3-pin, and again, the ball just makes that slight tip at the end to go through the pocket. Best case scenario, she puts a strike up on the board. Worst case scenario, she leaves a 10-pin.
Went back to the original ball, and that's just not the memory she'll take away from this tournament. Is why couldn't I throw a strike on the right lane?
Yeah, 5 shots on the right lane. Just, I mean, if the match was closer, she wouldn't be finishing on this lane, which is a good thing. But again, excellent performance throughout the week. Single pin spare. Shannon will most likely go on and see Danielle. Max score for Bryanna Cote is 185. Of course, Shannon can strike out for 228.
Strike on the right lane on TV, I don't know.
She's laughing. I don't know what to do in the right lane.
No, well, she's finished with it.
She is.
That's the good news.
Husband Randy, I'm sure, is anxiously watching at home, cheering her on from a distance.
And that, whatever mathematical chance there was for her to win this match is now gone. So it will be Shannon O'Keefe versus Danielle McEwen. Well, I give her credit for smiling, because I don't think I would have handled it nearly as well if I had been in that position as Bryanna Cote, the reigning PWBA Player of the Year. And we'll see if she can make the next show in Florida.
Women start off in the Midwest. Now they're going to make their way as they go towards the East Coast, first in the Clearwater, St. Petersburg area, and then up to Long Island, and finish out this first swing with the U.S. Open.
Well, that's what a lot of people do in Florida for the summer. They come down in the winter, and then they leave Florida and go to New York for the summer. So why wouldn't the PWBA do the same thing?
I'm sure the women will make great use of the weather in Florida during their downtime.
As long as you enjoy humidity.
I do. My hair doesn't, but I do.
Well, Shannon O'Keefe, one of her favorite books was Burn Your Goals. And a book she said was kind of the opposite of most of the mental toughness books that she read, and she's read a lot of them. But right now she's just burning the lanes and taking down 2 opponents, routing them both. She's been steady. 227 first game. She could match that again or get up to 228. And she has made it hard for her opponents to get off the mat.
We said in past TV telecasts that sometimes it's better if you're lower in the step ladder because you get familiarized with the lanes, you build in your groove, you have momentum going forward, and that occurs very often out here.
And there's the 228. Well, there you go. It's all going her way at the moment. Can Danielle McEwen stop her? We're going to find out when our third match from Cedar Vale Lanes in Eagan, Minnesota, the PWBA Twin Cities Open